Bluff City NIL is an official partner of Coaching for Literacy, a nonprofit organization using the power of sports to impact childhood literacy. You can read more about them at coachingforliteracy.org or follow them on social media at Coaching for Literacy. Your donations to Bluff City NIL are 100% tax deductible because of our partnership with Coaching for Literacy. Thank you for supporting Memphis Tigers student athletes and helping promote the monumental cause of childhood literacy.
Welcome to Tigers Untapped, a Bluff City Media podcast. Stepping up to the microphone are your hosts, TJ Willis and Trey Lasley. Pull up your chair, grab your favorite brew, and enjoy the conversation. Now, let's get to the show.
Two 2-0 this week, Teej. What's up?
Man, I don't think you can complain. 2 good wins, right? Could be losses.
I wouldn't have called them good, but
They could have been losses.
First thing, they could have been losses, and those would have been real bad losses.
Real bad.
Teej, first things first. What are we drinking? Look at this.
Invisible beer. This is the
mine.
Thrill Is On by Bill Street Brewing. This is
The Thrill.
hazy
Shout out,
IPA,
it makes me
double
think
dry
of
hop.
Will the Thrill Barton. Shout out Will the Thrill if you're listening. We know that you are. It's a hazy IPA.
Fun fact, Will Barton is my favorite Tiger of all time.
I was going to ask who was one of your favorite Tigers of all time. I was
Yeah, it's
actually
Will
going to
Barton.
ask, since we're talking Will the Thrill, what's one of your favorite Memphis Tiger nicknames of all time? Football or basketball?
That's tough.
Sox
because
is
there's-
good. Shout out EP. The Little General. But there's one that stands above all.
I don't know if we're thinking about the same name, but Swamp Donkey is pretty top notch.
It's Swamp Donkey.
A funny name.
Oh, it's Swamp Donkey.
Like,
Although-
who wants to be called Swamp Donkey? Like, he openly took that on. Was like,
although-
"Yeah, whatever.
A couple episodes ago, Trench Baby. That's going to be up there.
It's definitely going to be up there. I don't think anyone can
We'll
deny
see.
Trench
We'll see
Baby.
how Trench Baby fares on the field, but the potential is there to be up there for one of the top names.
Trench Baby is more uplifting, I guess, is the way I would word that. Like, if someone's like, "Hey, what's your nickname?" You're like, "Swamp Donkey." Like, you kind of hide that. You don't
I don't
say,
think
"I'm
you
Swamp
hide
Donkey."
You embrace it.
I think you hide Swamp. No,
No,
I don't know about that one.
I would embrace it for
Mm.
shizzle.
I don't know.
So, Will the Thrill
Each
is your
their own.
favorite Tiger of all time?
Oh, yeah, true story.
Gosh, it's so hard to pick. Rodney
You got to
Carney.
pick. That's a good one.
I've really liked Rodney Carney. But then CDR comes along, Supreme Bay. That's another good nickname. Is it? I don't know. It's not a nickname. It's his legal name now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's his name.
I don't know. CDR, Rodney Carney. I mean, I loved Antonio Burks.
Kelly Wise. Let's get real
Omar
weird here.
Sneed, Kelly Wise. Wow. Omar Sneed. I don't know. Marcus Moody.
Oh, what was his name? Big Block City. Hakeem Bailey.
I mean, Bailey.
I think that was his nickname.
Oh my gosh. Try to think of the most random Tiger basketball player you can right now.
I think I just did, honestly. Oh, no. Oh, gosh, what was his name?
Hippolyte
All right.
Tasvik.
No, I saw Hip not that long ago, and he looked at me like I was a crazy man. I said something to him, and he was like, "Who the hell is this guy?" You say, "What's up, Hip?" And he's just
Oh
like,
gosh,
"Oh."
there's some on the Tubby teams. I was looking at the Tubby teams not too long ago,
No,
and holy,
it's the guy I'm
dude,
thinking
there
of
were
as a
guys
Tubby
on
player.
those teams. I could tell you they did never ever played basketball for the University of Memphis, but they're on the roster. How about
No, there's a Tubby
Rad
player. I can't think
Chad?
of his name. Yeah,
Rad
his
Chad?
friend, the little guy. What's the little guy's name?
What?
The little
Everybody
guy.
was little next to Rad Chad.
Nah, dude. You know what I'm talking about.
I really don't.
He was a walk-on, and oh gosh, I'm not gonna be able to find it. I give up. He was a little bitty guy. He came in and just was crushing threes. He played at some super small school. You know who I'm talking about? Someone is listening, screaming at
he
us.
played as a walk-on.
Very slightly, nothing serious.
Came in raining threes.
No, I'm combining two people. I'm combining Christian Kessie and Frick. That I have to look it up. I'm going to come back later on it. Christian Kessie was the guard. He was a transfer from a super small school. Was supposed to be like good. He was not as advertised. But this is all irrelevant. The guys I'm talking about, it was friends with like Chad Ryhook, whatever his name was. And he was a walk-on.
Caleb Castro.
He would play every now and then. Caleb Castro, yes.
Holy, he did not play basketball for us.
Yes, he did.
Oh my gosh, dude.
You're gonna look it up right now? Look up.
Yeah, there
Caleb
are so
Castro.
many. I did. There's so many random people. Craig Randall the second.
Keon Clergio. We are so off topic right now.
The
Tubby teams, you could go for hours, I feel like.
I mean, dude, none of these people played basketball here.
Craig Randall the second.
I was so checked out during the Tubby years. I still watched games, but
that's fair. He played in 7 games.
Oh my gosh. You remember Malik Rhodes?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Kareem Bruton, he was good. We talked about him not that long ago, though. Remember he hit the back-to-back game winners or whatever.
They weren't back-to-back. He just had the last 2 that we.
No, that the last. Yeah. That was.
All right, back on topic. 2-0 SMU. Hey, good game. I mean, it was a good game. Very frustrating though. Only winning that one by 15. Also very frustrating not scoring 100 points.
Yeah, the 99 part was a little frustrating, but
Penny's official as far as the NCAA would claim it. A 100th win would have been neat to get right on 100 there. Or 101, whatever. No, super frustrating. You're up, 20 at half. You got up by as many as like 29. You only end up winning by 15. And a result of that is, we've talked about it numerous times this year, metric-wise, it hurt. Like, you win that game and you drop in the net because you – and I get it. You got to get some guys some rest. You played more of your bench later in. But, like,
sure.
One of those games, I just beat somebody by 25. Just do it. Like, and if there was a game that was going to happen, it was that one. Kendric, double at half. I thought he was getting the triple-double.
He got close. He flirted with it for sure.
25, 11 assists, and 7 boards. He had 7 boards with like 13 minutes left in the game.
Yeah.
I thought he was getting
Which we talked about team rebounding, kind of like that community rebounding amongst the team, not having a guy that could stand out and just collect all the boards. I mean, shout out to Kendric getting 7 boards. He does rebound pretty well for a guard, but where I was kind of going with that was Chandler Lawson. Where did that come from? Game of his life, right?
Yeah, I mean, everybody played well that game. Yeah,
Chandler,
I mean,
9 boards,
12 and 9. He was 1 board away from a dub. Yeah. Jaden with 12 points off the bench. Kendric, obviously, we said 25, 10 of 11 for the free throw line, 3 of 7. He came out shooting it hot against SC. I thought he was about to absolutely obliterate them. Keonte, 16 points, 3 assists, 2 boards, 2 steals. Was 3 of 5 from 3-point line. By the way, we've talked about Keonte stepping up recently.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's talking about yesterday at Tulsa. That's 4 straight in double figures for Keonte. Over the last 4 games, he's averaging 13 and a half.
I'm not going to lie.
I got 3 of 5 against SMU from 3. And what was he yesterday? 2 of 5. You know what he's shooting in conference play from 3? Guess.
We talked about this.
It's only gone up.
I would say assuming it's better now. 42. I'm just say something wild. Is it 42?
Right on the bunions. 42.1%
it was like 39%,
through 9 games played. He is in 7th in conference 3-point shooting percentage
Wow.
in the conference. One spot
How
above
crazy.
Former Tiger Tyler Harris.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Keontae's
I'll
shooting
take
that
that.
thing. There's another Tiger on the top 15 list there, Kendric, number 11. He's shooting 34.5% from three in conference play, so not terrible. Getting back up to
He's
probably closer to his career average.
yeah.
But
Yeah, I was going to say he's
do
definitely
you know
started
who's
hitting them
leading the
lately.
conference in 3-point shooting?
Landers probably.
Yeah. Do you know what he's shooting?
Something absurd, 46%.
Nine 9 games. The dude is shooting almost 51% from three. 50.8% from three. And it's not because he hasn't shot that many. I mean, he's 30
He's
of
volume.
59.
Pure volume, yeah.
I mean, that is fourth or fifth. I guess he hasn't attempted that many. Middle of the pack attempts, but he leads the conference in number made with 30 3-point field goals in 9 games.
Seems pretty good.
Dude,
Yeah,
I thought
I got
they were going to pull it out against Houston. We needed it metric wise. That have been big.
Yeah.
That had definitely vaulted them into the top 75, which would have given us another quad one win.
Well, with Landers going down, that didn't really help out. I was
Yeah, but
kind of
he came
following
back,
along
so
with
that's
that.
good.
Yeah, I was kind of following along, but once Landers got hurt, I was like, all right, whatever, checked out because I knew it wasn't gonna. Yeah, I thought it was over, but we've kind of touched on it. I not gonna lie, I kind of got a little tickle when the Tigers started hitting threes like that. I mean, they were at like 40% in the first half. I think is what it was.
The last 2 games have been shooting that thing.
Yeah, they very similar the last two games. Like everything about the last two games, very similar in terms of how they shot, how they rebounded, things like that.
I mean, nearly 40% against SMU. They rebounded well against SMU, ended up tying on the boards. They let SMU kind of come back late. And then yesterday, 31.6%. So started out really strong. I think you started out, 3 or 4? Your first 3 field goals were threes. But I mean, yeah, shooting the ball better. They're right there. What we've talked about, 6 threes out of 19 attempts yesterday. I think that's perfect. SMU was 9 threes out of 23. I mean, I don't think you're going to be taking that many most of the time, but
no, that's a lot.
6 of those were between Keonte and Kendric. But yeah, I mean, they are definitely, it doesn't feel like shooting is an issue at all. It doesn't really feel like anything offensively right now, besides potentially, rebounding at times.
Well, if they can
Although
stay
you had that,
consistent with the shooting, I think we'll be fine. I'm not gonna say it's not a problem. I mean, there are times they're shooting threes a little higher, like probably a higher percentage, or excuse me, more attempts than I think
more
I would
often
prefer. Yeah, prefer them to, but they're going in right now, so whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, SMU game was good. Yesterday, Tulsa kind of let them hang around a little longer than you probably should have. That's a team that's only got 5 wins. They just got their first conference win last week against Tulane. You're only up 2 at half. You let them take the lead by as many as 4 or 5 right there, a couple minutes into the second half. And then I tweeted it at halftime. It's like, I don't know what, I just have this supreme confidence in Kendric that, my dad had texted me and said something about how he just kind of had a rough first half. Wasn't really shooting the ball great. Didn't really have too many plays that stood out at all. But I tweeted, I was like, Kendrick's about to take over the second half. And sure enough, there was that stretch. He had 8 straight. We took the lead, and I don't think we gave it up after that point. He ended up finishing with 26.
20 something, yeah.
26, 5 assists, 4 boards. I mean, 2 steals. Player of the week in the conference for the 6th time this season already. Averaged 25 and a half and 8 assists over the 2 games last week. So dude is filling up the scoring. He moved into, I think, second place in the American for all-time scoring, surpassed 2,000 points, past Jared Cumberland from Cincinnati. So
he'll beat that by the end of the year, right?
Yeah. I think he was like,
it's like 1,700, I think is what it was.
It's not, he's not terribly far behind, like 70 or 80 points behind or something, I think. So next couple of weeks, probably. I mean, shoot, the way he's been playing, 25 a game, you're talking 3 more games.
Yeah, with this game, I found it interesting because normally Kendric does a lot of his work by trying to attack the basket and picking up the and one, always getting
to
the
the
foul
foul
calls.
line. Yeah.
He did not get to the free throw line very often versus who is that? Tulsa.
Yeah.
He did in other games, but
he only had 5 free throws.
yeah.
Yeah, he's been getting until yesterday essentially double-digit free throw attempts. I mean, he had 11 at SMU. He had a 21 of 23. He was like got to the line 23 times. I want to say that was UCF or somebody not too terribly long ago. But yeah, you're right. I mean, he didn't really get to the free throw line. It was just making other play, knocking down a shot here or there, knocking down a couple back-to-back threes, knocking down a mid-range jumper, getting a layup, like not really getting a ton of foul calls, but shot decent from 3 of 9, 10 of 22 from the field, played all but 1 minute. I don't know how I like
That's
that.
wild.
I don't know how sustainable
I don't even know how you
is,
do that.
especially when you get into that tournament time. You can't be playing 39 minutes a game, 3 games in 4 days.
Yeah, I don't love that. I can definitely agree with you on that. One thing that stood out to me is we kind of touched on it when we were talking about the SMU game is that number 3 man. It's been pretty fluid, bouncing back and forth between Keonte and Elijah McCadden. Both had a good game. And I think that kind of played a part into the 12-point victory, I think it was. I think I said they were doing by 14. It was 12, whatever.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, I mean, Elijah with 11-9. He almost had a dub, 11 and 9. Keonte with 12 and 3 and an assist and a steal. Like, yeah, I mean, you get double figures out of both of them. You get a double out of DeAndre, and then Kendric goes off for his 20 plus. Like,
yeah,
I don't think there's many teams that are beating you. I mean, you didn't get a whole lot of production out of the bench. Jonathan hit 2 shots. I mean, he shot well 2 of 3. And then Jaden had 6 points, 2 from the free throw line, and then 2 of 4 from the field. But
I think if your starters, go ahead.
I was just going to say, we've kind of, in these last couple of weeks, this 5-game winning streak, which is the longest in the conference, you've kind of really, obviously, some of that's Alo and Malcolm being gone, but your rotation is down significantly. I mean, you got really, it's 8-9, depending on how many minutes KO gets, right? He has obviously been starting, but there are times when he only plays like 5 minutes as a starter.
A starter by definition only kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, your starters outscored their entire team. So, I mean, that's always a good start, right?
Yeah.
You don't really need the bench to go off if your starters are going to outscore the bench or their entire team alone.
So
it is what it
kind
is.
Of in tune with that, Penny mentioned in the post game, at least after Tulsa yesterday, that there's a pretty good possibility that Malcolm will play against Tulane. Now, I don't think it's going to be like 15 minutes. It's probably going to be like 6 or 7, I would assume. What do you? He himself, Coach Hardaway, that is, mentioned he's going to have to figure out how to work Malcolm and Alo back in. He said Alo's progressing a little bit quicker than they were kind of anticipating. So, he could be back here in the next, week, 10 days. How do you work them back in? He's talked about how comfortable the team's getting right now, how well they're playing together, people understanding their roles. We talked about Elijah, what he's doing, Keonte kind of becoming that third scoring option. Obviously, what Kendric and DeAndre are able to do. Like, what do you see Malcolm and Alo's roles being when they come back?
Well, with Malcolm, I mean, me personally, I think I put Malcolm right into the starting lineup. Like you said, KO comes in, he plays. It feels like 3 minutes, and then they pull him every time. It's never a full-on start. Like, he's not going, I don't even think he's reached 5 minutes straight at one point yet. So I think you're probably fine putting in Malcolm just with the starting group, see what you got, and then just kind of play him off. Penny's known to be sporadic with his starting lineups or just lineups in general. So Maybe that's a skill set that he uses just to kind of throw other teams off it, or maybe it's just still figuring it out, right?
Yeah.
With
I don't think
Alex, I don't think you have any rush to play him.
I don't think he changes the starting lineup. Penny's
You don't think so?
pretty little stitious. I think he
All right.
sticks with the 5 he's had. They're on this 5-game winning streak. They've been playing well, even if that means KO checks out at the 19-minute mark of the first half. I think he sticks with the starting 5.
I'm going to look it up once we get off this because I'm curious to know if KO has played 5 consecutive starting minutes.
Well,
Yeah, because
part of the problem, like obviously he is very talented when it comes to blocks. Like he is second in the conference in blocks, I think. He has 17 in 9 conference games, which is only behind Taylor Hendricks of UCF, who has 18.
Yeah.
But the problem is, like, he's got to be rebounding more. Yesterday, 15 minutes of action, he had 1 rebound.
It's not great.
Like, we got to grab a board. And Joey was on the coach's show today, talking about it, and he's been working like one-on-one. They were joking around calling it like he's tutoring him after practice every day. But if there's anybody to tutor you, I think Joey's probably a heck of a tutor when it comes to rebounds. So hopefully that starts paying off sooner rather than later. Yeah, I think you're right. Like you got to get Malcolm back, get him back to game speed. We need his size, his ability to seal off offensive guys and help. Even if he's not grabbing the rebound, he creates space for Kendric or Keonte, whoever, to come in the lane and get a board. He's good about finding a body and putting it on him and boxing him out. So
it's true. I think Alo, you play him a little slower, right? There's no rush to put Alo back in there, I don't think.
Can you play? Does Alo play slow? Is there a slow Alo play?
No,
you put that dude on the court and he's going 110.
Yeah, and he's gonna freaking pop his groin off again,
bro. Whoa, talking about popping groins.
Hey, it's what it is.
I don't know. I still don't know if. To me, I mean, I know they say he's progressing. It still to me feels like it'd be a surprise if he came back. Although he did, I just feel like it was a more serious injury than people have kind of like. People keep asking when he's coming back. I'm like, the dude said it popped. If you say something pops, like that doesn't seem like something you're trying to rush back from.
So what was that, 6 games? How many has he missed?
It was UCF. So like 2 weeks ago.
6 games. Yeah.
No, we've won 5 since then. It was 5.
It will be 6 games on Tulane. I don't know. You need him. I think you're going to need him. And when you get to tournament time, be that the American tournament time, be that, March Madness, whatever, I think you need him healthy. So I would not rush him back. You're doing fine without him now. DeMaria exists out there on the court. He can help you out with the backup minutes. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, I just expected. I don't know. Something different. I don't know.
On or off the court. I don't know. Dude steps off the court quite a bit.
I don't know. It's unfair. I'm not trying to judge the guy. He came here scoring 17 points a game because he had the ball in his hands literally every play. And then you're coming here, you're not doing that with Kendric here. So it is, he's playing a different role.
Yeah, I mean, he's a defender. He's a go get boards, push the ball up. Like he's just being asked to do things differently than what he was at UIC.
Yeah. Let me just tell you, for those who don't know, I am dealing with sinus death right now. You could probably hear it in my voice. I have tissue. I'm dying right now, like literally dying. My nose is running. My eyes are watering. Don't go chasing waterfalls on these no's because it's nonstop here.
We appreciate you powering through.
I am trying not to sneeze right. I'm like literally about to sneeze on this screen, like in your face. It's a commitment. It's a commitment.
Well, we appreciate
antibiotics and beer. Here we are.
Wow. My pharmacist wife would tell you not to do
that. Don't tell your wife that.
All right. Anything else from last week. I'll say this last thing. We'll kind of get into this a little bit too, but what's very frustrating about the metrics, we played 2 games. We won both of them. Bless you, sir.
Thank you.
Played 2 games, won both of them, as we should, both by about what we were projected. Yesterday,
Sure.
depending on when you got the line, I covered because I got it at 11.5, so we won by 12. SMU was right around like 13 or 14. We
13.
covered that. We won by 15. And today, Monday, 1 week after playing those 2 games, we've dropped in every metric, including the net,
so much,
which we'll get into right now. So where do we stand as far as NCAA tournament? In the net, we are currently 41, which is still good for second, obviously, in the American. Houston is the number 1 overall net team, and they have a quad 3 loss. You know how many quad 3 losses we have? 0. But they do have 4 quad 1 wins. We only have 1. But we were 37th to begin last week. Play 2 games, win them both, and you've dropped 4 spots. So that's how much we need help from like UCF beating us, and they've lost 4 straight, I think, doesn't help. Tulane losing to freaking Tulsa doesn't help. Who else? There were several. Bama getting obliterated by Oklahoma State doesn't help. Like,
your strength of schedule has definitely dropped a bit with some of these unexpected losses.
We're not getting in. Auburn losing to West Virginia doesn't help. So we're not getting any help. We just got to keep winning. Like, losing to Tulane Saturday, it's your only game this week, would be catastrophic at this point.
Can't do it.
Can't do it. You got to win. You got to win your home games. With the like, you could drop a Houston. Like, that's excusable. They're the number 1 net.
You're saying a Houston or both Houstons?
I'm just saying, if you lost the game to Houston at home, it's fine. They're the number 1 net team.
Yeah,
right. But you can't. Tulane is currently 101 in the net. That's a quad 3 game at home. Can't lose it. You can't take a quad 3 loss right now.
Looking over the next, let's say 5 games or so, just because we keep mentioning Houston, it's totally plausible the Tigers could drop 2 out of those 3. I mean, I know they're playing hot, but you should beat Temple or Tulane. Tulane's not going to get hot like they were from 3 last time. That was ridiculous. And I think anyone who watches that and knows Tulane, they don't shoot like that. That was unheard of and uncharacteristic from them. So that should be a W. South Florida is South Florida. That's a W. Temple may actually be better than what we. I mean, not.
Hey,
better
you and I
said.
both.
We were on it. We were on it.
I mean, again, though, that's a home game that you really
favored by 10 as well.
They're sitting in. They're 8-2 in conference. They're sitting in second place. They've won at Houston. Like,
you need that win,
but you can't drop it at home. They're 116th. That's a quad 3. Can't have it. You got to win that game.
And you should.
So you're
UCF.
saying drop 2? Like,
I think that there's one in there they could lose.
I mean, I could see them, but realistically, you need to be on a 9-game winning streak going into that game at Houston.
Yeah, that'd be incredible. I think the way I should word it is you need to win 3 of the next 4 at least. And dependent on which one you lose, obviously makes a big difference, because if you lose to South Florida, that crushes you as well. But
there's not really a game on here that you can afford to lose right now, though.
UCF wouldn't be that bad. I mean, it'd
be quad 2, so I guess it's
quad 2. It's at home versus 50.
But then you look at it from like conference, and
it's not great.
They just lost 4 in a row. Like, you got no business losing to them. You owe them 1. Yeah. You already should have beat them. You're up 11, 4 minutes left on the road. Like, don't let them come in here and beat us. Win these next 4, and then we'll get to Houston.
You were favored in 7 of your next 9 games, and the only 2 losses are projected against Houston.
Yeah, but we said that after.
That's not unrealistic. I know.
We said that after Alabama State, when you were going to be favored in the next, 14 games, 15? and then you went out and immediately lost at
Literally lost to Tulane. But again, fluke shooting. The UCF game, you could have won that game 4 different times. I felt like it.
Yeah, and
What are you gonna do?
we've kind of gotten down on 3-point defensive issues that we were saying. Like teams aren't shooting nearly as well as they were. Some of that though could be because although Cincy came into that game being the best shooting team
Top team.
and you were kind of able to hold them relatively low from below their season average from behind the arc. So, I think Saturday, we'll get into it now. Tulane. So Saturday, Tulane, you have the whole week off. You got a week to prepare from. They're going to play some zone, right? They're pretty good at it. Like we saw it down there in New Orleans. They play Wednesday against SMU. So, they don't have a full week to prepare, but it is a home game for them, one that they probably should win by like 10. I would say, double-digit win for them against SMU probably. And then they come in here, and right now KenPom has us winning by 9, which to me feels like a lot, but I don't know. 79%
feels like a lot.
79% chance of winning. The line to me, I feel like will be like 6.5, 7.5. Maybe. I guess it's typically usually right on par with what KenPom says, but I don't know. 9 feels like a big number to me.
Well, it feels like a lot considering how you played them last game. And that's not necessarily about how well they shot. Like, yes, they shot extremely well. That was my point a second ago, but the Tigers didn't really play all that great either. So it's like, it was a mixed combination of things. So I could totally see a 10-point win, but I could also see them winning by 5.
This has got to be a much better defensive game. Like if you had told me before that Tulane game we were going to go down there and score 89, I'd have told you we won 99 out of 100 times we win the game.
Yeah.
So just need a much better defensive effort Saturday. Rebound the ball like you've been rebounding it. Hopefully you come out, you're shooting well decently from 3 again. You don't have an off night. You get what you get out of Katie, DeAndre. Keonte continues with his streak of double-digit scoring games. Elijah continues to play his role as well as he had. Hopefully you get some productive minutes out of Malcolm and get out of Saturday with it's Larry Finch bobblehead night. So get out there early. I think first 3,000 get a bobblehead for Larry, and then obviously the jersey retirement for Lorenz and Wright. So try to get to the building early and let's win one Saturday for old Lorenzo.
Absolutely. Put Lorenz on my list of favorite Tigers as well. Somewhere in there. I don't know what number exactly.
He and Said were core, very young childhood memories for me. All right. Any other thoughts on Tulane for Saturday?
No. Get 40 rebounds, Tigers win. I don't know if they lost a game when they collect 40 boards. That's also a hella high ask.
Yeah, 40 would be.
That's like one of the highest rebounding games they've had. But
40 would be good. I think we put up 80 again, though. They're 141 in defense.
I'll take that.
Give me 80 plus. You get to the 80 mark, I think you win this one.
I'm trying to see where they're at.
Who?
Tulane. I was looking at their defensive efficiency.
Yeah, 141.
Yeah. I don't know. Tigers win. I'm going to say Tigers win 72-67. That's what I would go.
Lower scoring. I'll say Tigers win. Continue to be undefeated at home. I'm going to go 81-73.
Okay. So 8 points?
Yeah.
The math is mathing.
All right. We talked about net already. KenPom, we're sitting. So from a tournament perspective, where are we looking right now? Net, you're 41. KenPom, 36. If you look at Lenardi, he's currently got us as one of the last 4 buys. We are the 10 seed playing what? You're
I don't like
muted.
that. No, I'm not muted. I just wasn't
You
saying
don't like the
anything.
10 seed?
I don't
It's
like
much
the 10
better to
seed.
me than
I
the
mean,
8-9.
okay, it's better than 8-9. I know.
I don't like where he has us as a 10 seed.
Correct.
10 seed versus San Diego State in Sacramento with number 2 seed Arizona. I cannot stand when we get sent out to freaking California. So all over that. Palm has us as the 9 seed playing North Carolina in Birmingham, which I would absolutely love.
Yeah, that's not bad.
With
Good
the
draw.
one seed Bama rematch with Bama. I would take that right now.
Yeah.
I'd take it right now. Kidding me? You give Hardaway another chance to game plan against Bama? Give it to me. Shut down Brandon
That's
Miller.
more favorable. I think I'd like that one more. Wait. No, that's not the guy. I was thinking you said the guy from Alabama that just got arrested. I was like, wait, he can't play, Trey.
Darius Miles.
Yeah, he can't play.
No. Yeah, I would take that all day. I want to be in Birmingham. I think there would be a
Sure.
very,
Very good
very
show.
large contingency of Tiger fans in Birmingham. So whatever seed gets us in Birmingham, give it to me.
Except it's Birmingham.
While we're talking about CBS Sports and Jerry Palm, have you noticed that local celebrity Gary Parrish has us ranked in his top 25 and 1?
Weird.
I think he has us 23rd today.
Okay.
Are we
It's not
deserving
common
of
for
that
Gary
ranking?
to have us ranked.
I know. Caught me off guard.
I would say no. Probably not, actually.
Not
I know
deserving?
that's not, yeah. That's probably not
What else do
going to be
they
well
need to do to be
received.
deserving? I will say this, pause. CBS Sports, Gary, if you're listening, we know that you are. Please start using our correct logo. You are using the old Orange Tiger logo, and it is annoying the crap out of me. I never thought that I would hate that logo, but since it's gone blue and gray, I don't like seeing this logo.
Honestly, this next 4-game stretch, I think, should be the difference maker because you haven't really. I mean, Cincinnati is decent.
Cincinnati was decent. This 5-game stretch, you don't really.
You
Although
haven't really played anyone.
Every week that at Temple win is looking better and better.
Sure.
Which,
but
looking
also
back, thank goodness we won that game.
Yeah, that would be real bad. I don't know. Looking at the 5-game stretch, whatever. It's not great. Again, Cincinnati looks good. Tulane looks to be like a decent team. Like, I'm not going to say
they
they're
just
trash.
lost to Tulsa.
I know. I'm not going to say they're a trash team. They had a bad loss there, but South Florida is not good. You beat Temple. If you could beat Temple again and then top UCF, I have no reason to believe that you should be a top 25 team. I'd argue you have a case for 20.
If you hadn't lost that UCF game,
sure.
I think
I would argue that's fair.
You'd be in the top 25 right now. Which, I was talking about this yesterday with my buddy Jonathan. We only have 5 losses right now. That feels damn good.
It does feel damn good as long as everyone stays healthy. And
I mean, and we talk about you win these next 4, you're sitting at 21-5.
Yeah,
you're in a real good spot.
Do you remember what we said our final season records would be?
I had us at 23-8 or something.
I don't know how many
regular season, huh?
I think I said 9 losses.
I think we both ended up saying 8. I think you changed. Yeah,
which is
because I think
completely plausible.
Yeah, we said 14. I know I said 14-4 in conference, which seems accurate right now. Like, the only 2 games you're out there that you should lose or will be projected to lose are the Houston game, which would put you right at 14-4. And then I had us losing 1 more out of conference game initially. So could end up, I guess, 24-7.
I think if you win your next 4, let's say you lose to Houston away, you beat Wichita State.
God, that week's going to be tough. At Houston and then turn around and at Wichita State. They've been playing a lot better.
Well, and then you get Cincinnati. I mean, I know it's Cincinnati at home, but still, Cincinnati looks to. I mean, they gave us a run. They're good. Landers is shooting that thing.
Yeah, he's probably going to come in here and light it up.
I could see an argument if you take Houston, lose to Houston away, beat Houston at home, and you don't drop another one. I mean, there's a serious argument there to be made for a pretty high ranked team, but let's see it happen first. I mean, obviously beat number 2, Cincinnati 51. It looks like, UCF. I mean, there's good wins in there. You have an option. You have the ability to do it and to look good, build a resume. But
let's just freaking win out.
That'd be great. Beat Houston twice. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, freaking win out.
All right, Trey, do we have any other news? We had football news?
I
think we had
nothing huge.
Nothing big.
We got one more Wild Thing 23 commit.
2. Technically 2.
What?
Landon Carter, the kicker.
Yeah.
Then you also picked up Jacob Gray.
I thought you were saying
7 offensive lineman.
I thought you were saying Wild Thing 22, and I was like, no, class of 22 is gone, bro. Landon kicker. So obviously, probably will redshirt, but he's a 5-star Coles kicker, I think, out of Baton Rouge. This is no disrespect to Landon or any other kicker that's listening, but TJ, should kickers be called 5-star?
I think they want to be included.
Does a 5-star, let me ask you this. Does a 5-star kicker exist? Is that a thing?
That dude from Florida State a while back that went on to just be awful in the NFL. He was probably
Jake
collegiate
Elliott
5-star.
Would be about as close to a 5-star kicker as you could get.
Arroyo,
which also
Roberto
shout out
Goya, what's his name?
Yeah, shout out to former Tigers Jake Elliott and Kenny Gainwell playing in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks.
Heck yeah, dude.
Representing.
Yeah, I guess that's something too.
Anyway, Landon Coles kicking 5-star. They have him as the 43rd. That also seems off. 43rd best kicker in the class, but he's a 5-star. How many 5-star kickers are there?
That's what I'm saying. They just want inclusion at this point. Like, what are we talking about?
I don't know, but glad to have him. Glad he's here. Seems like after next year will hopefully be the kicker going forward. So, hey, for many folks call us Kicker U. So hopefully continuing the Kicker U tradition.
Speaking of my boy Roberto Aguayo, he did not miss an extra point in 3 years at Florida State.
And then got to the league and was cheeks.
He was cheeks, but he hit 69 of 78 on field goals. So I'd say he probably counts as a 5-star kicker.
Hey, speaking of Jake Elliott, have you seen the conspiracy stuff on the Eagles using something to kick off of?
I have seen that. And
do you think that Jake Elliott is a cheater?
No, the holder's a cheater. Jake's maybe guilty by association, but that's about it. He would never.
What do you think that is that they're using? I've seen a video and it does look like they're using something. For those of you that don't know what we're talking about, there is a conspiracy theory out there. There's some video evidence on the platform TikTok. I'm sure the video exists somewhere else, but the claim is that the Eagles are using something that they place under the ball. Looks like a quarter or something that makes kicking it off the turf a little bit easier. The video I saw, there was definitely something there.
There was definitely something. It's a JFK $50 would be my guess. It's a little bigger.
A little thicker. Yeah. I mean, maybe that's why Jake's booting that thing, but
proud of Illinois, luck to him. Jake Nella.
Any other football stuff?
No, that's it, man.
RJ Adams, boom, out of here because of the transfer rules.
Get out of here.
Not that big of a deal, though. Yeah, I mean,
No. You added enough.
yeah, you've got you have plenty of offensive linemen. All right, anything else?
Try not to sneeze on the screen here. No, let's get on to
Please
this
don't do
beer.
that. All right,
I'm
the
dying.
thrill is on. Double dry hopped.
This
This
is
was
good.
good.
I like it.
It was a good it's a good brew.
I feel like beer.
Is this the first? You'll have to go back and look. Is this the first Beale
Yeah,
Street
it is.
Brewing we've done?
Yeah, it is. That
All
is
hail the
correct.
king. Wow.
I feel like it's hit me. I'm over here. This is a fucking Beale Street Brewery. This is the.
Don't.
I don't know how many
yeah.
people are familiar with Beale Street Brewing. I feel like that's one of the newer ones out there, but it's good. I like this one. What say you, Trey? What do you think about this can?
It's so hazy. It's a good can. I really like you know, I mean, what it sort of a shout out to BB King, maybe. This little
Yeah, man.
Lucille
That's
guitar.
what that is. That is
I
Lucille.
love it. Love the jacket he's got on. See that? It's good.
Yeah. I'm a sucker for shiny, so I like it. I'm feeling it.
It is a good can. It really hits home. I mean, the guitar playing, it looks good. I want more in the background, you know what I mean? It's just like shapes and color in the background. Give me a little bit more in the background. I'd
That's
be a
fair.
little higher. But overall solid can. I'm gonna go 7-1 on the can.
Okay. I'm gonna go a little higher. I like the can. Again, sucker for shiny. I'm like a child out there. And it kind of looks like BB King. So I'm gonna go 7-4 on the can.
Yeah. The only his mustache is a little too separated for me. You know what I mean?
It
Look how far
does
away
look a
his
little funny.
mustache is.
It does look a little funny.
I mean, I
I'm not
know
gonna
some
lie.
people rock that. They got a little gap in the middle, but that's a pretty. I mean, you could drive a truck through that. What'd you say the
Trying to
camera?
update the, I said 7-4 for myself.
That's good. The beer was very good.
Yeah.
I went through. Oh wow. Beer, you see this? Beer, everybody.
Beer body. Yeah, that's their
Gosh,
first.
that's gonna bump mine up. What did I say? So I'm going 7.3 because of that. And I just saw that. It's the little thing. Also, goodness gracious, you see that? I'm missing all sorts of little details. Tennessee in there.
With a
We're going,
guitar.
yeah, 7.3. Bump it up. It's a good can. There's details there I was just missing. The beer's good.
It is good. I've learned that the double dry hopped hazy IPAs are generally undefeated. They're normally good. I've never had a bad one.
I mean, yeah, I'm going 7.9 on this.
What's
Which
the percentile here?
I think this
6.5?
puts that at like one of the top 2 on my ranking.
You said 7.9?
Yeah.
Gee willikers. That's definitely up there for you. I'd say that's top 4 for you. Tied, actually. You got like 3 7.9s.
Oh, really? Wow. What are the
Yeah,
other
dude.
2?
You gotta. Well, we'll get to that. I gotta get some posts out there on the Instagram. Come look at our Instagram, Tigers_Untapped. I'll put some updates out there for everybody. This was good. I think a 7.9 is a really good ranking for it, but I don't want to be a copycat.
Isn't Natalie at your house right now? Why don't you get her to
She
get
is.
you some Sudafed? My wife's a pharmacist. TJ needs medication.
I
Go
have an
get
ENT
Natalie to give you
appointment,
some
dude.
Sudafed.
I've been
Those
on
of you
all the
listening,
medication for weeks, for a month.
all of our
actually.
wives are at TJ's house watching The Bachelor right now. So go ask Natalie for some Sudafed. It's behind the counter because people make crystal meth out of it. But
That's true. I'm gonna say 8.3 on this. I really like this. And I'm
wow,
probably
is that
gonna
your
add
highest? What's your highest rated?
no.
Oh, you did
I
like a 9 something one time.
well, I didn't know. I did an 8.6 with Memphis style lager, but
Style lagers. I think that was both.
the highest score yet still is Kenny's 10.
10.0. God, okay, we're ending with that.
Yeah.
For TJ, this has been Trey. For Trey, this has been TJ. For Trey, TJ and Trey, we're out of here. Bring a cold brew, stay with hot takes. Peace.
If you enjoyed this episode of Tigers Untapped, please leave a like and a comment wherever you download your podcasts. Head over to bluffcitynil.com for comprehensive coverage of Memphis Tiger athletics. We will see you back here next week.